Hi everyone, my name is Tony Kennedy. I'm the Director of Facilities and Maintenance at San Angelo ISD. I'm glad to see everybody. Happy faces, no sad faces, and that is awesome for me. Today I'm going to be reading a book called Long Shot by Chris Paul. Chris Paul is an all-star basketball player, and this book is about him and his life when he was a young man until he grew up. Buppita, buppita, buppita. Michael Jordan is stalled in double coverage. He looks for an outlet. Buppita, 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 buppita. Jordan sees Chris Paul streaking down the sideline. Paul is only 8 years old, but he's lightning fast. Jordan makes the quick pass. Buppita, 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 buppita. Paul drives left, pulls back for the jumper. Let's go, scores. Swoosh. The crowd goes wild. In your dreams, Chris, my brother CJ and his friends were just getting back from the playground. They love to tease me about the game. You're too small to play basketball, said one friend. And tiny, said another. Did we mention small? Added a third. They all laughed. It's kind of funny because he's a little guy. CJ stayed behind as his friends left. They're right, Chris, he said. The ball is bigger than you are. I threw back my shoulders and straightened up. Maybe, I said, but I've got good hands. Come on, help me practice. Tryouts are only a week away. Hey, called our mother from the doorway. What you boys need to practice is setting the table and eating your vegetables. Basketball will be there right after supper. At the school the next day, I didn't pay much attention. All I could think about were tryouts, basketball tryouts. When my teacher talked about math, I remember that the average height of an NBA player was, does anybody know?
6 foot.
6'7". 6'7". Well, that's a tall person. But I was only 4 foot 1 inch. And I wasn't going to get much taller in the next few days. That night I was laying in bed when Mom came in. What are you thinking about, Chris? Coach is only going to take 15 players. What if he thinks I'm too small? Mom smiled. You're a great basketball player, Chris, but basketball isn't the only thing that matters. Your family matters. Your education matters a lot. It does too. And worrying about your height won't make you any better. Just do the best you can with the gifts that you have. But I was feeling scared on Saturday when I helped out my grandfather, Papa Chili, at his service station. You look a little deflated yourself, said Papa Chili as I filled a flat tire. What's up? Everyone says I'm too small to make the basketball team, I said. Nothing wrong with being nervous, said Papa Chili. Look, Chris, you can't make yourself taller, but you can make yourself faster and stronger. He winked at me. Work harder than everyone else does on the court, and your size won't matter. Over the next few days, I spent hours and hours and hours practicing. I shot layups, foul shots. I dribbled first with one hand and then with the other. I ran sprints to build up my wind. One day, my brother came out onto the driveway where I was resting. Hey, Squirt, said CJ. I've been watching you. Really? I didn't know CJ ever watched me. Yeah, we don't tell anyone, said CJ. But listen, when you drive to the basket, don't look at the ball. Your hand should know where the ball is without you looking. I nodded. And when somebody tries to fake you out, don't watch their arms, don't watch their head. Keep your eye on their hips. Nobody goes anywhere without their hips. That night before the tryouts, I could hardly eat. Try to relax, Chris, said Dad. You're a good player. He isn't worried about being good, said CJ. He's worried about being too short. It's true, I said. What if the coach makes up his mind about me before I even play? My father shook his head. A good coach will want to see what you're made of. And remember, Mom added, you're not alone in this. The whole family is behind you. The next day, there were a ton of kids at the tryouts, and all of them were taller than I was. Look, here he is. He's a little bitty guy. All these people are taller than him. My heart was pounding. I wondered if anyone could see it thumping out of my chest. Everyone looked excited, but a lot of us would be going home disappointed. I knelt down and retied my sneakers. Then I took in a few deep breaths. The coach then split us into several teams. When my team took the court, I got the inbounds pass. I dribbled up court. The opposing guard watched the ball closely, actually too closely. I faked right and then went left for the open shot. Swish. Good move, Chris, yelled Dad. I got the ball back after the next basket, and the defense blocked me in. I forced a shot, but it was swatted away, and I was knocked onto the ground. Careful, don't step on him, someone shouted from the sidelines. I was done. I could feel it. I didn't dare look at the coach, but I heard Papa Chili cheering from the stands. He didn't think I was done. He thought I was just getting started. I picked myself up and got back on defense. The other team's biggest player had the ball. I watched his hips, just like CJ had told me to. When he tried to fake right, I wasn't fooled. I darted in and stole the ball. I heaved a chest pass to my teammate under the basket, and right at the buzzer, he scored. Afterward, we waited for the big decision. The coach sat by himself for a few minutes looking at his notes. Then he stood up and came forward. You all look great today, he said. Everyone should be proud of that. I held my breath. So here's our team for the upcoming season. The coach named 3 centers. That's the tall guys. 6 forwards. Those are tall guys. That left 6 more spaces for guards. Guards are the shorter ones, the ones that handle the ball. I wasn't the first player named, or the second. 3 more names went by. There was only one left. What if it wasn't me? Do you think he was scared, nervous? I would have been. And the last name? Chris Paul. The coach finished up. I had done it. I'd made the team. My parents and Papa Chili gave me a huge hug. Even CJ was impressed. Not bad for a squirt, he said. Nope. I said to myself, not bad at all. That's the story about a 4'1" kid, Chris Paul. Now he's a NBA All-Star. So never give up.
Thank you, Mr. Kennedy, for reading to us. And thank you to our friends at Scholastic who gave us permission for us to be able to read this book aloud on Facebook.
Wow.
So as part of our community-wide literacy initiative, San Angelo Reads, each of you and all of our 4th graders across the district received a copy of this book to take home with you for your very own. So hopefully this book inspires you to chase all of your hopes and dreams and know that you're smart in so many different ways. So celebrate your smartness and keep reading, San Angelo.